Okay, well, it's the summer solstice of 2014. Well, actually, to be strictly correct, it's the summer solstice eve. And look where we are. We're in the cemetery. Which cemetery is this? It's the Wanganui cemetery, the Wanganui City Cemetery. And I'm just going to go out here a bit away from our setup, because nothing screams out Wanganui Cemetery, of course, like this special monument here. Very special, that metal black thing there. But anywho, we're filming the setup, of course, because that's what we do. And here it is. Good old trusty metal strap, you know. Always a go-to guitar when things get a bit hurried and I can't be bothered thinking of another different guitar to use, or well, there's no real advantage in using a different guitar because this one actually does the job really, really well. Baffy's got a trusty Ibanez 5-string axe there. Right, and the setup, yeah, well, I guess the main point of difference here is I'm using this Boss Super Feedback and Distortion, which is a pedal that I chose to use today because I've decided to pick a different distortion for every season. This is my summer distortion. There's lots of reasons why that's so, but you know, I used to use this in my old band Field of Sidenik. But one of the main reasons that drove me to select this pedal today was the songs we're doing I felt would benefit from a more traditional heavy metal distortion tone, and this pedal has it. Of course, using the AC30 amp plug as a speaker sim, of course, that's a pretty established thing now. Baffy, of course, using the trusty bass amp plug, which this is our thing now. Beltane uses amp plug, yeah, amp plug, amp plug, yeah, amp plug. Yep, good old Digitech digital interface audio. What about the computer? Oh yes, of course, the E. But all this little shitty bits here, all these little shitty bits has been falling out of this goddamn fucking tree! We chose this spot because the weather's been really dicey today. It looks kind of sunny now if you look out there now, but we've had wind, we've even had rain, and it was actually raining in the cemetery for a few minutes at some point while we were recording, but we're under here, and I'm glad we picked the spot. It wasn't our first choice of spots, but we decided it was a good spot in view of the weather, and it was certainly better than going to the Cameron Blockhouse, which was our option if the weather had been really bad. And on the way over here that was looking quite possible, but once we got to Wanganui it hasn't really rained, like truly rained. You know, it rained in here like a sun shower, but enough to make being under this tree worthwhile, but not pissing down all day like it was in Shannon. So anyway, there we go, the computer bit it. The shit falls in the tree. I bought Amon's bit of paper for the mouse pad, but that was a total fail, so I've ended up having to use the computer's thing here as the mouse pad as well. That's stopping all these little tree bits from falling in the keyboard. So, the LV pin didn't get sacked after Woodville. But this time around I did research it a bit with my multimeter and determined the current use of it, so it was okay. 300 milliamps with Baffy Plucker bass, but we're only using the little speakers today. We went back to little JBLs, not the big speakers we had last time, so therefore it doesn't have to be cranked up enough, so it's worked alright. And I'm actually even using the same Dicey and Enviromower battery, and after a couple of cycles it's okay. It's nowhere near as good as it should be, but it's been good enough to run the setup for today for the two songs we recorded without any problems. Oh, Stormhammer! Oh, Stormhammer! Sick hail! Yeah, Stormhammer's wee inverter, he got me. Or again, didn't actually use it today, but I was getting kind of close. There were 42 minutes left on the battery of the computer, and that was while we're tracking. It's sort of settled there now because we're not tracking. So this could have been useful. But, you know, it's great comfort. It's a comforting thing to have, isn't it? It's a comforting thing, eh, Beffy? It's a real comforting thing to have, to know that you got that little bit of extra juice. Well, quite a bit of extra juice, maybe. Hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of extra juice on the computer if needed. It's comforting. It's comforting in a black metal way. And of course, we've used it to run lights, of course, in the past, and it's got that lovely US connector on it. Yes, that's why we got that there. It's not very New Zealand, is it?
It's not NZ.
It's not. It's not up to code. It's not code.
It's not NZ, you know.
No, it's not.
Not commenting giggles though.
But anyway, that's a setup, and that's Wanganui. We've had a really good time today. All you haters, we've had a really good time today.
Great time.
And
New Zealand.
yeah, it's New Zealand. We're a New Zealand black metal band. In fact, we're the longest running New Zealand black metal band.
Experiencing New Zealand, not.
That doesn't mean we were the first black metal band. They're not the first that absolutely started, but the longest running band that's been continuously running without stopping, and then spending, I don't know, 8 to 10 years in the Matrix, and then, oh, we'll reform our band again and everyone will love us. We're the longest continuously running black metal band in this country, and no one can take that away. And we're the first band in the world to record on every solstice and equinox for 10 years.
Yeah.
And we're still doing it. I know I keep pushing that point, but it's about time people sat up and noticed, so, you know. Yeah. Bad news travels fast, so I expect this will be quite a popular video. And if you ask who's responsible for this, well, Godfather. Godfather super strong, high power beer is responsible for this. There we go. Godfather. It's his fault. His fault I said all this stuff. I know I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. Don't worry, I'm a doctor. They scream, they all scream, but then they stop. They all stop. Right, bye-bye. I'm used to it, yeah. Bye-bye.